8 new ministers were sworn into the Meghalaya Democratic Alliance or the MDA2 government on September 16th following a cabinet reshuffle.
I, Wailat Miki Shila, do swear in the name of God.
The new ministers who took oath are Jowai MLA Wailat Miki Shila, Jirang MLA Sosthena Sotun, Resubelpara MLA Timothy D. Shira, Kerapara MLA Brenning Sangma, Mairang MLA and the UDP President Medba Lingdo, Amlaram MLA and former Education Minister Lakmen Rumbui, Maushinrut MLA Methodius Dakhar, who is a first-time minister, and BJP's South Shillong MLA Sanbor Shulai.
True faith and allegiance.
The reshuffle saw the exit of several senior ministers, including Health Minister Ampareen Lingdo, Power Minister Abu Taher Mondal, Food and Civil Supplies Minister Komingwan Mbon, Education Minister Rakam A. Sangma, Tourism and Social Welfare Minister Paul Lingdo, Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Minister Alexander Lalu Heg, Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Shakliar Warjri, and Revenue and Disaster Management Minister Kermen Shila. Speaking to the media following the swearing-in ceremony, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma said that the decision had been taken after consultations with coalition partners and senior leaders, with emphasis on ensuring balanced regional representation across districts.
I was very particular that when we have given a commitment to our coalition partners, we will not break that commitment. And hence, whatever commitment was given in 2023, in spite of the political scenario changing in the state and NPP getting sufficient numbers, we stuck with that commitment. So that's number one. Number two, as I said, when it came to the respective ministries which were held by certain coalition partners, we have gone ahead after a discussion with them, and some of them already had an understanding that they will be changing the ministers in midway. So that understanding was there in some of them. So based on that, they went ahead, and in some cases they discussed the matter within the party and came back to me. So it was based on that. When it came internally to the National People's Party, we have a large number. We have 33 MLAs, and hence for us to be able to give adequate representation to regions and areas was very important for us. Today we have from North Garo Hills 4 MLAs, and hence we felt it appropriate that there should be representation from North Garo Hills, keeping in mind the number of MLAs that are there. In Riboy also we have 4 MLAs out of the 5 MLAs, and hence there was a strong representation as well as a desire by the people of Bhoi that there should be a representation from in the cabinet from the Bhoi district also. So these are the multiple factors, and different factors were considered, and based on which we have made the decision. Of course, this is not an easy decision for us. It's not a very simple decision for me. There are obviously challenges when we go ahead with this decision. There will always be certain people who feel in different ways. But we have tried to look at all the aspects. I have discussed very deeply with many leaders of the party. And based on that, we have taken the decision. And we are, as I said, the swearing in has now been completed. And I personally am very satisfied with this. And now we will work for the next 2.5 years to complete the remaining agendas that we have in the different ministries.
So why 8 ministers? Why not 9 ministers? Why Marcus and Marak was not included?
It's not necessary that everybody has to be. Mr. Marcus and Marak is a very senior member of the party. He has been with the party for a very long time. And also he was from the historical background also. Even before the party was formed, even in NCP, he has been continuously in the party for a very long time. At the same time, as I said, he is also the working president of our party. So keeping all of those factors in mind, I felt that Mr. Marcus and Marak must continue, and based on that, I've made my decision.
So when are you going to decide about the portfolios? Who is going to get? Can you give us at least a gist of it?
Tonight it will be sent to the Governor's Secretariat, and we should be hearing about it by tomorrow morning, 12 o'clock.
There is no women and non-indigenous representation. Especially H.G. Mandal is out and Ambreen is out.
Yes, so they had the representation in the first half. So obviously then at the same time there were very senior people in the party who had been there for us, with us, the party for a very long time. So our second half we have decided to give based on that. So they had the representation in the first half. So it's not that we did not give any space at all to the non-tribal community or women community. We have given representation, and the first half and the second half now we have decided to give others an opportunity.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to East Mojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.